Welcome back to another episode of City Skylines on Turner Mountain. And last episode we started off with building this suburb over here. We built like this high school with lots and lots of details in it, as you can see. Lots and lots of greenery. And I've been doing some work off camera, as you can see right now. So I've actually almost finished up the entire suburb over here. It is really big and I really like it as well. Lots and lots of trees and of course lots and lots of houses as well. And what I want to do is today I want to finish up the suburb. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be finishing that suburb up via time-lapse. So I'll see you guys after that. And we are back. So guys, hope you guys enjoyed the time lapse, and what we got going on is ourselves, we've got a golf course, and we got, I think, 11 holes, 1 practice range and 1 driving range, and it looks freaking awesome. Lots and lots of detail. We've got like 2 ponds over here. We got like a man-made pond and like an actual water pond, and it looks really nice. I like it a lot. Unfortunately, the golf courses disappear because like they're only 1 tile wide. And yeah, that's really unfortunate, but overall it looks really nice. So if I zoom in too far, you can see like some golf courses will actually disappear. So if I go over here, this golf course will shortly, yeah, you can see it over here. Yeah, you can see it over here actually. Like if I zoom in too deep, it actually disappears for a while. So that's really unfortunate, but the amount of detail I tried to put in, guys, is just amazing. So over here, actually, when you enter, you can see we've got a road that actually goes to like the golf course itself and to like the maintenance area. So what we've got going on at the maintenance area is like a fire station, a police station, hospital. We even got like what I can actually store all this stuff. Like you can see like the flags over here, the golf flags and the golf caddies are actually stored over here. Like if there are shortages, they can actually just deliver that really easily. We got like a recycling center because otherwise people gonna start complaining about garbage. But yeah, if you actually enter, like you can see we got like the golf course over here. It says like golf course, and what I did is like place like 3 of those arrows that it points to the right, so people will actually make the right turn and actually go to the golf course. And then we got like the same thingy as well over here. We got the garbage area collection over at this side, and then we got like a really nice fountain, and of course we got ourselves a parking lot. So I placed like a couple of prop people. Yeah, I'm gonna call them prop people. So what we also got is of course the clubhouse itself and the golf course itself. So we got a clubhouse with like a little bit of a backyard where you can actually just relax a bit. You can see we got ourselves the driving, or no, this one is the practice green. So they're like, it's a practice green where you can just practice, and then you actually can go out and rent a buggy or just take a buggy or a golf cart, I should say. And yeah, you're actually gonna start. One thing what I should mention is it isn't a golf course, it is a golf course, but it also got like a couple of tennis courts over here. So when people get bored of golf and can actually go tennis, or they can just drink really expensive wine or something like that in the clubhouse. But yeah, like I said, the amount of detail is just crazy. Lots and lots of greenery, and unfortunately you can see it's a little bit foggy. That's because I'm really close to like the edge of the map. But I think the entire thing over here looks pretty nice. And then over at this side, what we got is ourselves a man-made pond. I don't know if the water will disappear. I think it will. But it just looks freaking awesome for now. 3, 2, 1. So let's take a closer look at some of the golf courses, shall we? So first of all, we got this starter area. It's really close to like the golf course itself or the golf club. 3, 2, 1. So let's take a closer look at some of the golf courses, shall we? So first of all, we're gonna take a look at the closest one, and that's number 5. That's golf course number 5, and it's really close to like the clubhouse and stuff. And what I did over here, I just placed like lots and lots of greenery, lots and lots of tall grass, small grass. It just looks really nice. You can actually just stamp this on a postcard and just send it to somebody. This is how nice it looks, in my opinion. We got like a couple of rocks, we got some open areas, we got like some tall greens, but like some tall trees. And yeah, overall I think the entire area looks pretty nice. So this is like one of the first holes they encounter when they start. After that, they're also gonna encounter like a couple of other holes. As you can see over here, I actually placed like a little parking area for like the golf cars, and like people are gathering. And once again, some rocks, we got like some flowers, we got lots and lots of greenery, lots and lots of trees, big bushes, small bushes, you name it, it's there. And it looks really nice. You can actually make a difference with like placing all those things at once, and it just looks freaking gorgeous. So moving on to one of the bigger ranges, the driver range I think it's called. Yeah, like this one was really hard to actually decorate because it's just such a large piece, but still I think I managed to get this right. As you can see, I just went like the same things on all the other courses, with like lots and lots of greenery, some tall grass, some small grass thingies, and overall I think like, because this is a little bit elevated, the thing itself, like the driver range itself, is of course a little bit elevated. I think it turned out really nicely, and people can actually like swing to like 400 yards. That's or 400 meters. That's pretty crazy if you can do that. But yeah, getting off topic, it looks freaking awesome. So the last hole over here is like one with a pond, so if you actually miss it or if you want to take a shortcut, there's like a tree in the way and it could fall into this pond and then you actually lost your ball. So overall I think like the pond itself, I think it will yeah, we're gonna get rid of it because I didn't place any water over here and it will slowly drain itself. So that's really unfortunate, but I think right now it looks pretty nice. Especially with like the water itself and like the tall grass, some rocks, some flowers, of course a couple of trees. It looks pretty nice. I like it a lot. Once again, you can also like make a screenshot of this and just put it on a postcard and you can send it to yeah, anyone you want, and I think it's actually real. That's the amount of detail and the amount of yeah, beautifulness. I don't know if that's a word, but so guys, that's it for me today. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more content, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care and goodbye.